When a singer makes $200 million in a short period, what would his lifestyle be? Let's have a look at the shape of Ed Sheeran's spending habits. Assets. A wise, rich man would spend more on assets than he would spend on liabilities. And by the looks of it, Ed Sheeran is a wise person. Most of his spending is calculated in smart investments, yet we will see some exceptions in this trend. Generally, he does not spend a lot on material things, but when he does, you'd question those decisions. Ed prefers to invest his millions in real estate, cars, and other profitable businesses, unlike other habitual spenders. He's becoming quite a businessman without experience. That explains his consistently increasing bank balance. He spends a lot of money on toys. I know, I just mentioned that Ed was a wise investor, and at this point would prove me wrong. But Ed likes what he likes. $200 million in his pocket, yet he enjoys collecting toys. Ed loves toys, and he's not ashamed of it at all. He spent over $2,400 on a Toys R Us shopping spree in 2016. That may not seem like a modest amount considering his bank balance. Don't you think it's unwise to spend $2,400 on toys? Well, that's what critics say. He enjoys collecting art. Art is something Ed finds pleasure in. He spent $7,500 on a pig statue back in 2016. He proudly flaunts this art piece in his collection of artworks. That's again a modest sum for someone who owns a $200 million net worth. He's a great investor. Besides being a singer and songwriter, Ed is a wise investor. He acquired 27 profitable properties in London to expand his portfolio. Buying 5 homes in a single day is one achievement in Ed's kitty, out of which one home cost him $12.6 million in the United Kingdom. If you want to know how wealthy Ed Sheeran is, he spent $12.6 million in one purchase to acquire 5 homes in the United Kingdom. That's a dashing step, even for the wealthiest investors. But Ed did courageously, and without any doubt. His portfolio is estimated to be $73 million. Do you think he will hit $100 million anytime soon? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. He's got his bar. In a series of business expansions, Ed entered the restaurant and bars in business in September 2019 and opened one named after his wife, Sherry Seaborn. It is located in Notting Hills and is reported to be running well so far. Although the bar is relatively new, Ed is one to experience his growing by making some changes to the business model and infrastructure. Well, that's exciting news to his fans. If you are one of them, stay tuned to our channel to hear any information about the same. During the COVID-19 pandemic, he paid his employees. Besides being an intelligent businessman, Ed is a good human by heart. While many companies are on a constant lookout to escape paying their employees, Ed came forward and spent his team during the lockdown period. What a gentleman, isn't he? He continues to fly commercially. With $200 million in his kitty, you must be thinking that Ed flies in his private jet. But he prefers to take a commercial flight for all of his commutes. I get bothered on Virgin flights, he told The Sun. I think it's just like, why is he on here, says Rainier. Now that's something to be impressed about Ed. He purchased an Aston Martin DB9. Ed Sheeran loves cars, costly sports cars. He purchased an Aston Martin DB9, which cost him over $150,000. It was fully customized, hence the price. But when you own $200 million, $150,000 is not an issue at all. Other than that, he also owns a Mini Cooper, a G-Wagon, and a fleet. Is not incomplete without a luxurious car. And to fit that role, he has a Mercedes-Benz R-Class. Even though his car is discontinued, it can still cost over $50,000. For Christmas, he bought his parents a house. Ed Sheeran loves his parents. He spent $1 million to buy his parents a house closer to his back in December 2015. I bought them a flat, the singer told The Sun. Although they already own a home, Ed wanted them to stay closer to him. In addition to the home, he also gifted them a car. My thing is, I bought a house about a mile away from them, in the courtside where we live. And I bought a flat and a house almost opposite to each other in London. So when I have kids, and they might get a little annoying, I have their grandparents there, he says. He makes a lot of charitable contributions. Ed is a philanthropist from the beginning. He spends a good amount of his earnings on charities and donations. He donated over $1.3 million to local charities in his hometown of Skull River in April 2020. 1 month before donating $200,000 to provide essential equipment for his formal school, including laptops, camera in a photography darkroom, it seems like the singer still has his school memories fresh and intact in his heart. Click one of the two videos on screen right now.